Here's Prescott, just throws it deep as far as his arm can take him. He caught it!
Micah Parsons on the move. Micah Parsons is in! Welcome to the big show, Tony Pollard.
Oh, going deep, it is intercepted.
But I'm not going to say a word, but I will say one thing right now.
Prescott, touchdown. Good protection, and the pass wide open. Touchdown, Lamb.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. It's Space Cowboy here with another video for you guys here today. And we're continuing our position evaluation series for the 2023 Dallas Cowboys by talking about linebackers. Now, if you didn't miss the previous video, we touched up on the defensive line. So, if you want to check out that video, you can wait till the very end. There'll be a title card that will direct you to that video so you can get caught up on my positions on how I feel about this team and all these groups here. Also, make sure to hit the like button and show your support there and fight against the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you're new and hit that notification bell as well. So when you talk about the linebackers for the Cowboys, it's a weird conundrum because it really depends on how you look at Micah Parsons and what he's going to do. If Micah Parsons is strictly going to be an edge rusher, then you kind of have to look at, okay, who's playing that traditional linebacker role, right? Because Dan Quinn has said, and there's reports saying that they still want to use Micah in that flexibility type of thing. And that's fine. I think that's the best way to use him. But, you know, Micah's saying he's bulking up. He wants to be a full-time pass rusher, so he's going to be that edge linebacker type of thing. You know, how with TJ Watt and company where they're technically linebackers, but they're edge rushers. So, when you get past that, you have guys like Leighton Vander Esch who's back. You have the rookie DeMarvion Overshown. You have Damone Clark, Jabril Cox, Devin Harper, and those guys. It's a very thin room. Just calling it what it is. You know, I felt like the Cowboys should go out and address this by signing a linebacker to a nice one-year deal, whether that be Miles Jack, whether that be Deion Jones with the connection to Dan Quinn. You have options, and we need depth pieces because, you know, just assuming Micah is an edge rusher full-time and he's not playing traditional linebacker. If LVE goes down, you're hoping that Damone Clark, Jabril Cox, and Devin Harper and those young guys can step up. And I think with Jabril, one of the big things is that he had very good tape his rookie year. But ever since that injury, he's been, you know, having a hard time coming back, and I think that's where it hinges. If we knew what Jabril Cox was, and if he is that dude that we think he can be, I don't have a problem. I think we're fine. But for me, there's no one outside of LVE. Again, if we're talking about traditional linebackers and we're not talking about edge guys, if Damone Clark goes down, if, you know, all these other dudes go down, you're going to run into some concerns, and you might be saying, Space, that's a given anyway. What's an interesting thing here is DeMarvion Overshown, and the reason I bring him up is because he's one of those tweener dudes that can play safety and linebacker. And the reason I say you want to keep an eye out for DeMarvion Overshown is because as Jaron Kearse's contract is going to be done after this year because he signed that 2-year contract, we're going to have an interesting discussion to say the least, because if DeMarvion Overshown shows glimpses of doing what Jaron Kearse can do, now keep on, I'm not saying that Kearse is bad. I'm not saying that Kearse is, I'm just talking about if the negotiations go sour, which they can. We have to keep that into a fact there. We could run into a problem where the Cowboys are like, you know what? We drafted DeMarvion. He has these glimpses where it's like, maybe we can use him to be the Jaron Kearse, because you got to remember, they did give the money to, what's his name? Donovan Wilson. And the reason why that's important is because those moves will dictate how the Cowboys go as well, because you also got to remember Malik Hooker is coming up for his contract too. And I don't think that, you know, they're similar. Jaron Kearse and Malik Hooker play safety differently. And that's where I'm really curious to see how DeMarvion grows in this, because while he is a linebacker, he's really that linebacker safety type of thing. Kind of how, if you remember how Jaron was being used, and still is, like he's that safety linebacker type of thing. And it's been very helpful for the Cowboys, to say the least. So I don't really have much more to say on this group because it's very bare bones outside of those top 3 dudes in Micah, Leighton, Damone. After that, it's a bunch of question marks. And, you know, Micah's really the one that's holding up this position group. Right now, it's a B to me. If we remove Micah, this is probably a C+ group. Oh, Space, you're overreacting. You have to convince me, right? Like, and you know, if we added a Deion Jones or if we added a Miles Jack, it's probably a B+ to me by the fact that you added a little bit more veteran presence into that room. And if you add Anthony Barr back here, which I don't think he will be back, but if he is back, that doesn't move the needle for me. That's just a guy in the room. I don't want just a guy in the room. Like how I said it last year, you need to have dudes that can supplement and give Micah help. And also, these are going to be important for your second level run defense. Because if LVE is out, if Damone gets hurt, again, you're pretty much back to square one. So I don't have much more to say other than that. I'm really excited to see what these young guys can do. But again, question marks. Very much so prevalent here. So tell me what you guys think below. Do you think I'm being, again, too harsh? Do you think I'm right? Who do you think the Cowboys should add? They have one more roster spot available, and I wouldn't be shocked by the time this video comes out, someone gets signed. So I know they did sign a kicker, and we'll talk about that once we get to the special teams group. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.